Hi, I'm Jane Garapick. The other day, when I was looking for a particular title amongst the many books on my bookcase that I've collected along the way, I stumbled across a true gem that I haven't read in a while. It's a book by Beattie. She's one of my favorite all-time authors, called The Language of Letting Go. It was written a while ago, but the ideas in her book are just as relevant as ever, and it really inspired me to make this video today. As I read her beautiful words once again, I thought about this whole idea of letting go and accepting what is, and what the point is, and how that helped me when I was doing everything except letting go. Take a moment right now to tell me down below in the comments if you've ever struggled with letting go of something and accepting things as they are. You can share your story. I'd love to hear it. Or even just a quick yes or no. Let me know. I know I certainly have. And I'm going to share some of my own thoughts on that with you in this video. Because you see, the more that I've delved deeper into what letting go and accepting things as they are is really about, I've come to realize it's all about one thing: control. The control that we believe or think we have over situations, people, and circumstances. The reality is that there's a lot of things that we don't have control over that happen outside of ourselves. There's a whole other part to this, that we have so much control over what we think and do about things within ourselves. Letting go is this process that happens when we stop looking at the past or the future, but instead focus on our reality today and how that frees us up to let life happen without struggling so hard to control outcomes that we really have no control over in the first place. Like waiting around for someone to come around and make a commitment instead of accepting the reality of what is right now. Like looking back on a past relationship with such regret and shame that we didn't do something different if only we had known better. Like believing that if we were just more of something, it would mean he would finally give us the commitment that we're looking for. Like looking at what could be instead of accepting what is right in front of us. Falling in love with someone's potential instead of who they really are right now. The memories of my own struggle with letting go came flooding back to me as I remembered my own scenarios where I would cling so hard to that false illusion of control that I thought I had over yet another guy and yet another circumstance, if only I could be something different from who I was. Yet another scenario destined for heartbreak because I had yet again missed the point of it all, that if I could only have seen clearly enough to release him and to release any outcomes around the two of us, and instead focus on myself and the reality of what was right there in front of me, I would have discovered that I didn't need to do anything different except to accept myself and all that I was. And it was in that process that I finally understood that there was nothing wrong with me, and I learned to love myself. Because letting go is really about letting go of that illusion, accepting what is instead, without trying to control it and hanging on so hard to what you really think it can be. But it isn't, it won't be, unless you learn to release it. And release him in the relationship if there even is one. And if there isn't, it's about accepting that too and learning that you don't have to change anything about you. That it's about embracing who you are and finding out what that really is, who you really are and what you're looking for. And always keeping in mind what you truly deserve and refusing to settle for anything less than that. Because that's where it's at. Focusing on yourself, not on another him, not another distraction, but getting in touch with where you're at and what you want out of life instead of focusing on everyone else. Melody talked about this in her book as well, as she revealed that she used to spend so much time reacting and responding to everyone else that her life had no direction, that other people's lives, problems, and wants, that set the course of her life. And when she realized it was okay, more than okay, for her to actually focus on herself, changes happened instead. And that's what we so often forget. It's more than okay to think about ourselves. It's actually the key to learning to truly love who you are and invite love into your life. It's a simple concept, but it's one of the hardest to do because we've been so caught up in doing the opposite. So the next time that you find yourself thinking about what you could have done differently and what you should have known better to do, whatever it is you're beating yourself up about, what you know it could be, if only he or you or your circumstances were different, I want you to stop. Just stop right where you are and take a deep breath and let yourself feel whatever you're feeling. Keep feeling those feelings, but let it go. All of it. All the hoping, all the wishing, all the if-onlys, and the what-ifs, and the why-nots, and just accept that what it is right now, this is where it's at. This is reality. I know it's hard to accept that, but it's only in the acceptance, in the present, that we can move forward to the productive side of things, where we can actually start focusing on you. And that's when everything real begins, this letting go, accepting what is, about yourself, about him, about the relationships. All of it. Do you have something you're having a hard time letting go of today? Share your story with us in the comments. And then don't forget to like and subscribe and pass this video along to a friend who you think it could benefit too. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.